Hi guys, so today's video is going to be a tiny bit different than all my other videos. The reason for that being is I started with a project that I didn't have a lot of faith in myself in, and it turned out better than I thought, as well as super easy. So yeah, I'm not going to do a project like this again, so I thought rather share this project from the halfway point than not sharing it at all, because this really is super easy to do. So like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I am currently busy with a Borgin Burkes display, and in that display I'm going to put all my dark pops as well as my Noble collection Horcruxes, and I also have a couple of dark arts DIY projects coming up, which I'm going to make videos about, and I'm super excited about them. So yeah, so the cabinet is built, I have the shelves, I have everything. I'm just now busy with decorating. All my other displays are basically one color at the back, and I didn't want it with this specific display because I want it to be a bit different than everything else. Like I said, I'm only gonna have one of these displays, even though all my favorite characters are the bad guys. I do prefer the light, and I like color, so yeah. So basically I wanted it to look like Nocturne Alley. That's the basic thing of what I wanted it to look like, and the interior, the stuff that is in the display, I wanted to be more Borgin Burkes. So basically I decided on a brick background, and I came across these white bricks at Takelot. It's a massive sheet that you can buy. I bought 4 sheets, so you can buy 4 sheets or you can buy 10 sheets, and they have like a stickiness at the back, so you can just basically stick them on. They're actually for your walls, but yeah, it's like a type of foam. It's squishy, and it's bendable, so yeah. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do brick walls, and then I'm going to do the color a Nocturne Alley type color. Yeah, I did a lot of research on how to paint this the best way, and I came across a guy also on YouTube. I will put a link to his video in the description down below, and he does dioramas, which are small settings. So he did a video where he painted a small brick wall. So I watched that video and I kind of got the basis of what I should do. I did follow completely my own idea after that, because he was using acrylic paint, whereas I'm going to use Sloan. The only reason I'm going to use Sloan is because I have this paint already. So getting to my actual projects, like I said, this is already halfway, and this is what my brick wall looks like. I think I'm on the right track. I think it's going to look pretty cool in the end. So what I did in a nutshell, I cut these sheets to size. So this is my back wall, you could say, in my display, and then I have 2 shorter ones that go on either side. So I cut those the way that I wanted. I fitted them and they fit perfectly. Then I painted them a base color. So this brick is basically my base color, and this is the Graphite, which is a black Sloan mixed with a tiny bit of white. I didn't want it to be too black, because when it's too black, your items inside can kind of get lost, especially if all your items are black as well. So yeah, be careful of making it too black. So yeah, so this is the base color, and I painted the whole thing just with a normal brush, normal like you would anything else, and I let it dry completely. So I kept it overnight to dry 100%. Then the next day I mixed the paint for my bricks. So basically I started with this light brown color. I really wanted to incorporate brown so that it's not all too grey. So yeah, I made a really light brown color. Then I painted all the browns that I wanted in. Then I added a tiny bit of black and did a new version of the brown, just in a darker color. And then I also did the same with 2 shades of grey. So yeah, always start with the lighter color and then you just add black to make it a tint darker. And that way you also keep like a type of flow through everything. It's not you have to mix colors every single time. So yeah. So to get it this old look, I did basically a wash with black. So all I did was I took water and I added some of the black into that water, and just make sure that the water is nice and black. It shouldn't be grainy, it shouldn't be thick, but just almost like ink, but black. And then I took a piece of cotton wool. I'm going to show you in the next step how I did that. But I took a piece of cotton wool, I wringed it out, and I kind of started dabbing. I didn't wait for the bricks to dry, it wasn't necessary really. So I did it right after painting all the bricks. I started with the wash. So basically you just pat it. If it is maybe too dark, you can just keep on patting it, don't wipe it because the color comes off and then you see the white underneath. So be very careful of that. But just keep on patting it. If you want to add more, just wring out the cotton wool. That is very important. So now I'm going to show you on my base color. My base color doesn't have the definition that these bricks have, as well as they're still a bit too dark. So I'm going to make a whitewash for these bricks, which I'm going to pat in the same way, and then you can basically get the idea of what I did with all the other bricks. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how I make the wash. So you can see the amount of water I have in here. This is more than enough. You don't need a lot of water. This will suffice. So now we're ready to do the wash. I forgot to mention previously, as you can see, I took a tiny bit of the brown and I dry brushed between all the bricks just to give it a variation and so that it's not just normal black. Basically, I put the cotton wool into the water and I just press everything out, just so that it's not that wet. And then basically what I do is I just start patting it from one side. So you can do this any way you want to. I try to keep a variation between all the bricks. So some I pat the whole brick and others just, you can see like these edges. You can do that. You can basically do anything. And yeah, try not to have all your bricks look exactly the same, because no one brick looks exactly the same as another. So yeah, this is basically it. It looks really white now, especially on the camera, but you'll see it dries a lot darker. If you're not happy with it in the end, you can always use your black wash and just darken it up again. So you can go back and forth as much as you want, really. So I'm super pleased with how these came out. This was what I had in mind from the beginning. So yeah, so I'm super chuffed. I only gave these 2 layers of varnish. The reason for that is I was a bit scared that it was going to be too glossy, even though it's a matte varnish. Yeah, Borgin Burkes isn't very shiny, so that wouldn't make sense. So yeah, I only gave them 2 layers. The first layer of varnish, I only focused on doing the bricks. I was a bit scared that the varnish was gonna smear the wash layers, but it actually didn't. I was pleasantly surprised by that. So yeah, first layer I only did the bricks, and then the second layer I did the bricks again, as well as the lines in between. So yeah, with these, the most important thing is just to take your time and be patient and just work gently. Luckily, if you make a mistake, you can always just touch it up. So it's not a train smash, but yeah, be patient and just enjoy the process. And this is what it looks like. So like I said, I am super chuffed how this came out. I've put a few dark arts pops in here for you so that you can just get more or less an idea of what it's going to look like in the end. Yeah, it was super easy to put these in. I was super surprised with the stickiness of the backing. It is really, really sticky, and it actually sits where it should sit. I have a couple of places where the paint kind of chipped off a tiny bit, but luckily I do still have a bit of paint, so I'm just going to touch that up. I am expecting a shipment of dark arts pops during this coming week, so I will be updating this display on my Instagram, hopefully this week and next week. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you have any ideas of what else I can put into this display, please put a comment down below. I would love to get more ideas. Like I said, I have a couple of DIY videos planned for the next couple of weeks that is only going to be dark arts related, because I really have to fill this display. So yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome week, and I'll see you next week.